Good morning, dear students. I, Karan Jha from Oriental Public School. Today we are going to discuss the sexually transmitted diseases of class 10th biology. So, sexually transmitted diseases, as we know, dear students, these are those diseases which are transmitted through sexual intercourse from affected to unaffected persons. So these diseases can be spreaded either from affected males to unaffected females or from affected females to unaffected males. This is so because the pathogens for these diseases are present inside the seminal fluid of the males, and so this can be transferred to the reproductive tract of the females easily during the intercourse. Likewise, the pathogens for these diseases are present inside the lubricating fluid of the females, and so this can be transferred to the male reproductive tract easily. So these diseases can be spreaded from both the affected males and females to unaffected ones. These diseases, as we know, are also known as STIs. STIs stands for sexually transmitted infections. Both the names have similar meanings. So those diseases which are spreaded through sexual intercourse are called as sexually transmitted diseases. These diseases may be caused by bacteria also, virus, pathogen, and even worms, and even fungi also. So you can see some examples of those diseases have been given here, such as gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV/AIDS, genital and anal warts. Gonorrhea and syphilis, these are bacterial diseases. These are transmitted by bacteria from affected males and females to the unaffected ones. So, gonorrhea and syphilis, these are bacterial diseases. These are transmitted through bacteria. Their causative agent is the bacteria. And since they are transmitted by bacteria, so they can be treated with antibiotics very easily, because the antibiotics are effective against the bacteria. But antibiotics are found to be ineffective against the virus. So, the disease, the STDs which are caused by virus cannot be treated with antibiotics, because virus does not have any metabolic pathway, as we have already discussed in previous classes, in class 9 also. Why do we fall ill chapter? There is the reason why we cannot use antibiotics against the virus. Now you see the most dreaded of the diseases, that is AIDS. This AIDS is a viral disease and it is caused by HIV, which stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. This virus has been named so because it damages the immune system of our body. It destroys, it completely weakens the immune system of our body. It destroys the WBCs, that is the leukocytes, and all other cells responsible for providing immune system to the body. Since the immune system of our body has been deteriorated, so any pathogen entering the body will be able to cause drastic effects on our body. Now too, many pathogens enter our body time to time, but we are able to defend against themselves due to our strong immune system. But when this HIV enters the body, it destroys, completely weakens the immune system of our body, and so we will not be able to prevent from any infectious disease. So we will be suffering from these diseases time and time. Today we will be suffering from jaundice, some days after we will be suffering from TB, and some days after from pneumonia, some days after from hepatitis. These diseases that are caused due to the weakening of the immune system of our body are known as secondary infections. These diseases are known as secondary infections. And do you know, dear students, that most of the people who are said to have died from AIDS, actually they have not died from AIDS, but they have died from secondary infections. These secondary infections damages different parts of the body one by one, and at last the person dies out. So there is no cure for AIDS till date. It has been estimated that a near cure in our near future may be there. Let us hope for the same. So, dear students, we have found that no drugs, no antibiotics are found to be effective against the STDs. So, the best way to avoid this is to prevent them. So, what can be done for prevention of such diseases? There are some steps listed below. Use of condoms during intercourse. These condoms, as we have talked about, they are thin rubber and latex elastic sheet worn over the penis during the intercourse. And this rubber elastic sheet prevents the semen from entering the female reproductive tract. It also does not allow the female lubricating fluid to come in contact with the male reproductive tract, that is the penis. So there is no chance of transmission of these diseases from the affected to the unaffected ones, since they form a barrier in between the male and the female reproductive tract. The next step is that hands should be washed before and after intercourse, since the pathogens of these may be present inside the hands also during the intercourse. And the last one point is that we should be confirmed whether the partner with whom intercourse is to be done is suffering from HIV/AIDS or not. And since these diseases are also spreaded through syringe, needles, and blood of the person, so drug users must be provided disposable syringes and needles. Since they are addicted, they cannot be prevented from using these drugs at all. But you see, if there is a group of 4 or 5 people, or 4 or 5 drug users, and they use only one syringe or needle for injecting the drugs, then it is most likely that all people in this group will be transmitted with AIDS. So these are the steps that should be followed for prevention of sexually transmitted diseases. Thank you, dear students. Follow COVID protocols, stay safe in your homes, save lives.